So excited to be back in the world of VTubing today. We are going to be checking out Machita Chima and her cover of a song, Caro mio ben. And for anyone who studied classical voice at all, guaranteed 100% you sang Caro mio ben. Caro mio ben is one of those songs that we learn operatic vocal technique in when we're a young singer coming up, building our vocal technique. It's part of a collection of songs called the 24 Italian Songs and Arias. And you know, it's kind of like almost like the Bible for opera singers. You've got to sing all the songs from the 24 Italian songs and arias first. And Caro mio ben is kind of one of the big ones. So I've taught this song a billion times. I love this song. I've sung it a billion times. I'm excited to break it down with you all. So we're going to check that out now. Introduce myself here. Let me introduce myself. My name's Tim. I've been a vocal coach for the last 25 years. Building voices is what I've dedicated my life to. And I have this awesome team of teachers that care about voice as deeply as I do. We do in-person lessons out here in the Manhattan, tri-state Philadelphia area. And we have students now online all over the world, especially with this channel. So if you need a vocal coach, hit us up. The link to my website's down in the description. Last thing to tell you about, over on Patreon, I have this Hoshi Machi Suisse Stellar deep dive that I did, almost 30 minutes long. That song is so cool. Also, I checked out Ash again. You guys were telling me you wanted me to check that out. YouTube's kind of the tip of the iceberg. I put up a lot more content, way more content over on Patreon. And the reason I do that is because they put up copyright claims. When we do reactions on YouTube, even though it's fair use and it should be okay for us to do it and, you know, have the monetization and stuff, it's not set up that way. So all of our ad revenue goes back to the artists 9 times out of 10 when we react on YouTube. So that means that your support on Patreon is what keeps me alive and keeps me going. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Lots more to come over there for those of you supporting the channel. I put up like 10 times more reactions over there. Okay, here we go. We're going to check this out. I'm so excited to be back in the world of VTubers. It's such a magical world. It really is. Maybe someday I'm going to have to get my own model. I'll need some help on design. I'll need some help. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. This is Caro mio ben by Machita Chima. This takes me back to college so much. Oh my God. She's doing it in the high key. Beautiful. 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 All right. Yeah. Great. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. She has such a lovely tone, good vibrato. Let's break it down a little bit here, okay? Oh, that was really sweet. So, God, this is so many memories for me. So funny story. I used to work as a waiter in a restaurant where I would sing songs. When I was in undergrad studying opera, my degree work, I have an undergraduate degree in vocal performance and a master's degree in vocal performance, which are basically like degrees for people that are trying to become opera singers. That's what my degree work was in. And I worked in a restaurant when I was in school in University of Buffalo for undergrad. And a couple of my buddies were singing waiters, and we would sing Caro mio ben. And the song starts off kind of in the upper middle part of your voice. Caro. It's an octave above that. And so we would start off and get behind a table of people that just got their dinner. I know we were horrible. Caro. And just kind of like blast out. Then surprise them with a song. And you'd always see somebody jump and like a piece of food would fly off their fork. We were horrible. It was funny though. I'm sorry. That was what I did. That was half of my undergrad, was like just wailing away as a singing waiter. Anyway, back to the song. I digress. So let's break it down a little bit here. Her singing is beautiful. There's some technical things I want to talk about. We can learn. There's some technical study to talk about here though. Here we go. Okay, beautiful. So now let's break down how she did there. Okay. So she has a lovely tone, very nice tone, beautiful vibrato. Her pitch accuracy is great. One of the biggest differences between singing classical music and contemporary music has to do with a very challenging vocal technique to learn. It takes most singers a good few years to get even anywhere down the road with the technique. And the technique is called, I call it neutral larynx position. I made that term up. There's a lot of teachers call it open throat technique. Open throat gets complicated. I don't use that word too much, that language, because of some issues it causes in your mind, you know. Neutral is better because there's freedom in neutrality. When we sing neutral larynx, it's we have the larynx stays in a neutral position whether we are on a high note or a low note. And that's different from contemporary singing. When we sing pop, our larynx elevates a little bit for high notes, and it goes down when we go lower. So if I'm singing pop, yeah, 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 my larynx went up. Yeah, now it's going down. Now it's down. Okay, that's pop singing, contemporary commercial music. Even jazz does that too. Classical, notice my throat is open the whole time. That's classical singing, okay? Listen for that hollowness. It's kind of like you're yawning all the time a little bit when you sing opera. Listen for that in her tone. Do you hear that openness inside? She didn't go, Caro mio ben credi. She went, cre, cre. She had that internal space. That internal space is a big part of being an opera singer, learning classical voice. And also, now, one other thing you'll notice about this style of singing is that there's vibrato almost all the time. There's all that wiggly happening there. What is vibrato? Vibrato is an up and down change in pitch that's even and consistent, kind of like a wave, like sine wave. And the pitch that we perceive is the average of the ups and downs. For female voice, it happens more times per second than for men. It's like 6 to 8 times a second for women, 4 to 6 times a second for men. In classical singing and opera, we usually have vibrato all the time. Let's keep listening. Now, she made a little no-no there. Not a big, she's doing great though. She's singing beautifully. You don't want, one of the big, like you set off the red alarms in singing is if you breathe in the middle of a word, like, and that's what she did right there. She did langui, sheil cor. She took a breath right in between the word langui, she, in between gui and she. We don't want to do that. We want to get through the phrase. But as somebody who's new starting off singing in the operatic vocal technique, it's really normal to have times where you run out of air at moments where you don't want to. And why is that? Well, especially for the female voice in singing classical, learning how to sing in your head voice, which is that, it's like the kind of fluty sound your voice makes, as opposed to bop, 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 that brassy, trumpety sound your voice makes, that's more used in the contemporary styles of singing. And that style of singing, you don't run out of air as easily when you're belting because the cords are really closed, and the muscularization of your vocal folds when you're belting helps to keep your air in control. You can do that sound for a long time. But this sound, I'm going to run out of air in 2 seconds. So what do? As a female vocalist, you have to learn how to, if you're studying opera, contain your air. And you contain your air by getting a couple things, by getting a really good semi-occluded exit. I'm really nerding out here. Sorry, guys. Like we're getting a little deep. You want to kind of keep your mouth not too open in the middle, lower part of your head voice as a female operatic singer. Open the inside. Like that. You don't want to have a lot of breath escaping that's not turned into ringing in your voice, or it causes you to run out of air. She's experiencing some issues with breath length because she's working on her operatic technique, and you want to get more chord closure. So she ideally would want to make it all the way through that phrase. So she would take a breath after then she would go, then she would want to get through this next phrase. She'll go all the way through on one breath. It's too high for me to demonstrate in my loud falsetto. But you get the idea. Like, she would want to go all the way through this phrase. So she's taking a couple little extra breaths here and there. Not a big deal at all. Still a beautiful presentation of this song. Beautiful. So one of the things you can do, like in that situation, what would you do if you're running out of air? Like she was running out of air, so she had to take a breath somewhere, right? And so what would you do if you're not supposed to breathe in the middle of a word? Well, what you would do is you would breathe. She would do like langui shel kor if she had to, but ideally it would be better if she Caro mio ben. Well, see, the problem is, actually, it would be better for her to breathe after the te. So she would breathe after Caro mio ben, and then breathe. Then she would go, senza di te. Now she would take a breath, because I have had students who have had to take a breath in the middle of this phrase before, because it's kind of long. And for the female voice, it's so low in your head voice, it's really easy to run out of air on that phrase. So you got to sneak a breath in. And it's not ideal, but the best place, instead of breathing in the middle of the word, the best place to breathe would have been after the te right there. Oh, she has such a beautiful ring and warmth in her tone, though. She has a lovely, lovely classical voice. She should keep developing it. I could see this becoming something for her. And it takes years. I mean, to get your classical voice up and running, it takes years, decades. It's 20,000 hours maybe. It's not just 10. And it takes age, too. It takes maturity. The female voice isn't fully matured until 27, 28 years old. We don't know how old Machita Chima is when she recorded this, because we don't know who she is at all. Female voice fully matured around, I think it's like 26, 27. Male voice, it's later. It's like early 30s is when your voice really is its full changed durability, you know? It's fascinating. Beautiful. So her voice sounds very high to me. It sounds like, as she continues to study and develop her voice, she will probably become like a coloratura soprano. Like, she sounds like a very high soprano. You can tell by the vibrato speed. You can tell by the tone quality. Tone quality is really the bigger decider in the world of opera, what voice category you are, than how high of notes you can hit. It's more the color of your tone. Because people with really deep colors in their voices sometimes can sing crazy high. So you can't categorize it off of the height of voice range. Beautiful. She's doing great on this big upper register singing. It's great. You can hear though a little bit of air, a little air release in the tone. And that's why she's having to do shorter phrases. Ideally, she would want to extend those phrases out a little bit longer. But, like having good vocal fold closure in your head voice is something that takes time to develop. And she's singing beautifully. She is singing beautifully around this. Good, the language is good too, her Italian. She could double those S's. Whenever we see double consonants in Italian, you want to spend a little extra time on the S's or on the doubled consonants, like the word B-E-L-L-A. Bella, bella. It's not bella. It's bella. Cessa. Another thing with Italian, singing Italian, we have to dentalize our T's. Tanto, tanto rigor. It's like you mix a little D in there with your T. It's not tanto, tanto. It's tanto, tanto rigor. It's beautiful. So sometimes what artists will do, when you really get that breath line in control, what they'll do is they'll sing through that phrase. They'll go, they'll go, tanto rigor, tanto rigor. And they kind of show off a little bit of long breath line there. What makes this song so hard is the breath line. It is, absolutely. It's trying to get through these phrases in the way they're designed in one breath. It's very hard. And what you'll do sometimes, once you get your breath line really solid, is you'll sing it like you'll even slow the tempo down, so it extends it even more. It's a great demo. These songs, the 24 Italian songs and arias, like this song, and there's so many. Amarilli, mia bella, o del mio dolce ardor. There's so many great songs. Gial sole dal gange. There's so many great songs from the 24 Italian songs and arias. Let me actually pull it up for you here. This is the book. Right there. There's the yellow one, and then there's also a purple one too. Let me see if there's... Anyway, and the purple one is a little more accurate as far as this one right here. This is the purple one right here. Either of these are great. This is 26 Italian songs and arts, but I have 10 copies of these books around somewhere from all of my years of school. And anyway, so let's just finish it out here. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a gorgeous moment. She did that so beautifully. That moment's really hard. So she did a great job in this arrangement of moving to that moment. So she got through it. Normally what we do when we at the senza di te part is we slow down a little bit and go senza di te. You can do a little turn there before you go up. But because she's working on her breath line, she was very smart to move a little faster so that she had enough breath to be able to get up to that top note on te and spin it a little bit. She's very wise in the way that she performed this because this song is so deceptively hard to sing because of how long the breath lines are. Listen. And she got off of that note so effortlessly. That is so hard to do. It's really easy to have a little Tarzan yodel on the exit of a note when you're up that high. That was a beautiful release. Yep. Don't breathe in the middle of the words next time. Oh, so beautiful though. She's so good. I love that she's putting this out. I mean, what a wild song to put out as a VTuber. Like that's so is it a thing that like VTubers like to sing opera? Is that a thing? Is it like part of the VTuber world? Is opera music? Like it's just so strange that my now I have to say admittedly, my other ventures and like with in the this Ash again is not opera. And Stellar is not opera. And I know that it's probably mostly not classical voice, but it just so happened that there were, you know, as a vocal coach, somebody was like, I had to check this one out, this Caro mio ben, because, you know, as a vocal coach, I talk opera was a huge part of my life. So is a huge part of my life still. Not studying it as much anymore or performing professionally, but it definitely was. So, man, I don't know. Let me know. Is opera a thing in the VTuber community? So, so fun. Anyway, so great. Let me know who I need to check out next in the VTuber community, or if I need to check out more of Machita Chima. Now I'm kind of curious of Machita Chima's singing in just in general. Like, does she do contemporary style too? I'm assuming. Wow, here's her stuff. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm just going to click on something right now. It is still kind of operatic, though. Ah, oh my God. I have so many rabbit holes to go down with this channel. My God. All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're a fan. There's more VTuber stuff to come if you're a VTuber fan. And like all my links to my other stuff are down in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Cheers.